Hi everyone, welcome back to Megan's Creative Arts. Today we are going to be doing the puff flower. I have a couple examples here. No, I didn't tie the ends in yet, but I will show you how to do so. So it's a cute little flower with this puff stitch, so very springy. For something like this, I would go ahead and I'm gonna add them to a hat for my daughter. She loves to be fashionable. You could also maybe add these to a scarf or a bag or whatever you would like. I was thinking if you did something a little smaller with this, you could even put it on some sort of hair clip. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to use the same pink that I did for the pink flower. Here, I'll just keep it off to the side here. I am using a 5.5mm hook. It is the recommended for this particular yarn, so use whatever hook is recommended for your yarn. We are going to start with the magic ring. So to do the magic ring, I'm going to wrap my yarn around my 2 fingers and create an X. I'm going to put my hook under both strands and pull the first one under and chain 1. The chain 1 just really kind of holds the magic ring in place. All right, so what we're going to do is do 12 single crochets. So I'm going to put my hook through the ring, pull up a loop, and yarn over, go through both loops. This may take a little bit of practice. If you need to pull your yarn a little to close your ring just a little, you can. So again, I'm going to put my hook through the ring, yarn over and pull up a loop. So I have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2. And I'm going to do this a total of 12 times. I usually keep 1 finger through at the bottom of the ring. I feel it's easier for me. So let me see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm gonna pull mine a little. There's 9. 10, 11, and 12. Pull your tail to close your ring a little, and we're gonna slip stitch into your first single crochet. That'll help you to close the ring, and then you just pull nice and tight, and we get that closed up. Now it'll come a little loose as we work, and that's okay. That's why we left the tail there. All right, so we're going to chain 2 to start our petals. yarn over, and we're going to go into the very same stitch that we did that last slip stitch. Pull up a loop. We're going to pull it really tall because this is going to be a puff stitch. We're going to do this 3 times. So that was 1, 2. If it helps, put your hand here to hold on to your loops. 3. So now we have a total of 7 loops on our hook. And we're going to do the same thing in the next stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, nice and tall, yarn over, pull up a loop, again nice and tall, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop. So now we have a total of 13 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over and go through all except the last one, so only through 12. Now if you pulled your loops up nice and tall, when you go through them by putting your hook facing down, you should be able to easily go through them. Sometimes I gotta wiggle through. There we go. And then we're going to yarn over and go through the last 2. Now if this is tight, you can't seem to get it to go through, just start over. We're going to chain 2 and into the next stitch we are going to do a slip stitch. Go. And so here is that little puff. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 2. We have to do this a total of 6 times. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, again nice and tall, yarn over, pull up a loop, whoop, there I messed up, there we go. Okay, so I'm back at 1. Pull up a loop, yarn over. All right, so that's a total of 3. And we're going to do this 3 more in the next stitch. One, 2, and 3. Again, as tall as you can make it. And then pull through the first 12, yarn over and pull through the last 2 to close it, and chain 2, and then slip stitch into the next single crochet. And you just kind of pull it out there, make it puff out. So here's what it looks like on the back. And here's the little puffs on the front. So we're going to keep going around till we finish our flower. So chain 2, nice and tall, three, and into our next stitch. And chain 2, slip stitch. There we go. All right, keep going. All right, almost there. Oh, had to wiggle my way through there. I think I'm caught. There we go. All right, and last one. And I will show you how to weave in the ends. Three. Two. And you may not be able to see it, but you want to try to slip stitch into that very first stitch. No, I did the chain. It's hard to see, but I want to go into here and slip stitch. All right, I'm going to cut, leaving a decent tail. You see how my ring came a little loose as I worked. You just pull that tight again. All right, now to weave in your ends, hopefully you have a yarn needle. All right, so I'm on the inner, so I'm just going to go through the back. If I can get it to go through, these are really tight, but go through a couple. I want to make sure I cannot see my needle on this end. Do that a few times. Going through the back of the yarn. Trying to go through more than just a couple. Again, I can't see the needle from the front. You can go around as much as you want. For the flowers, I usually do just a little. And then you can cut this off depending on what you're going to do with it. For this outer one, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to weave it into the puff stitches of the flower. And because I'm going to probably attach this to a hat later, I'm just going to do that. So here is our puff flower. I did keep the tails on, but they're kind of close together, so you may see this in a later video where I make a hat for my daughter and then attach it to the hat. Well, I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please give me a like and a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, please think about subscribing. I will see you later. Bye.